Hello, my name is Belinda Salcida. This is Chapter 2 Highlights Teaching All Students. One of my first topic is meeting the needs of students with disabilities. I really got latched onto this topic. I learned so much from it. I have been working with children with disabilities, to be honest, not knowing the full context or definition or the text or the impairments that the students or the children have with this type of disabilities. And so I was able to get a full version of what each one entails. So reading difficulties, where the student have difficulty learning symbols and sounds, they can get help by intensive systematic instruction, such as specialized techniques in phonics and word identifications. And they must have access to materials on their own level of reading. Students with attention deficit hyperactivity, ADHD, they have difficult in regulating emotions and may quickly get anger easily, may have inner speech or self-talk, but they demonstrate no difficulty in learning. So educators must provide students with choice materials, activities, allow mobility in the classroom, work with other peers, establish eye contact, and give direction on a one step at a time. This one was one of the ones that I didn't know the full range of emotions that the students can go through when having ADHD. So this one was one that I learned a lot from. So moving on to number 3, intellectual disabilities. Depending on the level of impairment, their major obstacle to achieve reading and vocabulary and conceptual development, but they still must be taught skills to function in society. That little piece right there, I did not know. I didn't know they must be taught skills to function in society. And what does that include? It includes that we have to teach him reading traffic and warning signals, label simple cooking directions, how to write their name, address, telephone number, date of birth, and family members' information. I didn't know. I knew that there's this type of intellectual disabilities. I didn't know that we needed to be teaching them how to function in society. So that was a really good learning for me too. So moving on, slow learners, these are the students with IQs on the 70s and 85s. They have special needs as well, but sometimes they are denied that help. These slow learners need help with strategies and organizations. They often need multiple examples. The more practice, the more repetition. And teachers should use the instruction strategy that educators should follow when working with slow learner is the more needing more practice, more repetition, more. Autism spectrum ASD students have language and social impairments, repetitive behaviors, difficult adapting to new surrounding areas or activities. Impairments can range from really severe to mild. Educators can help ASD students with scaffolding and prompting and direct instructions and strategies. Number 6, the language and speech disorder. Disorder is not known, but is suspected to be neurological. Is a delay in language development and have a difficulty retrieving words from memories, and they have a hard time recognizing or naming pictures, and have a hard time connecting words with the context. Educators can help by helping the student to be active listening or active listeners, work at the student's pace, encourage the reading and writing daily, be a good speech model, and use gestures whenever they don't understand. Gestures that support the understanding among others. This one was another one that caught my eye. Out of all this reading about disabilities and everything throughout the chapter 2, when I got to this part, students who are gifted and talented made me think, well, how does this, how do they have a disability? Well, it's not that they have a disability, but um, or that they have any type of disability, a learning disability. And these are the students who give evidence of high achievement capability in areas such as intellectual, creative, artistic, leadership, or any specific academic field. How this one is so different from the rest of them is that they should also be taken into account, even though it's not a disability, or at least the book doesn't say that it's considered as a disability. They should also be taken into account. They should not be restricted higher levels of reading, and they should be allowed to select own books. So also, they may still need help studying to progress through the grades. So they still need that extra help to move forward, even though they're intellectual, even though they're so smart, but they still might need help on other areas. They can work on fast, self-paced. And this one, the educator can help them to expose to workshops, programs such as the junior grade book, known as the shared inquiry, and provide the materials needed to succeed and to move forward in the process. The last part that I want to talk about that I really I'm going to be using this for the future, fostering literacy for English learners. I'm going to be printing this worksheet for me to have later on when I'm teaching. Educators might have, so that I can reflect on, actually. Educators might have a knowledge of background cultures. Educators should encourage reading easy books as they learn English. Educators should also encourage the writing. They can also reinforce on building oral language skills, support by meeting the student on a regular basis, and plan activities that support their learning and provide a secure environment. That is it. Thank you for listening to me. That's it for my video. Thank you.